Hello, everybody. It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. I just returned from watching Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness on the official opening night. And I am going to get into it in just a second, but before I do, I want to say a couple of things first about, of course, I start with the trailers. And the trailers, I can say in full confidence, aside from the Thor trailer, left me completely unmoved. Don't care. Just another reminder to me that the only movies that I give a rat's ass about in this day and age are the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. They are actually fundamentally sound movies, mostly, not Infinity War or Endgame, but they have plots, subplots, literal irony, metaphor, simile, so on and so forth. They have a climax, a beginning, a middle, and end. Everything that a story is supposed to have, that is what they include. And the other movies, the Lightyear movie, nostalgia again. This other movie, Nope. I have no clue what it's supposed to be. Do I have any interest in it? Nope. Get it? And I don't even remember. The Elvis one, actually, that one I kind of am somewhat interested in. I'm not going to go see it, obviously, but I do think that if I run into it, I may take a look at it. Hollywood can't get anybody's stories right, but it would be interesting. It would be interesting. I'm sure they'll do something stupid with it and make me go, oh God, can't stand that movie. But that is the only one that looks interesting. I'm not really an Elvis guy. My dad was. My dad was a huge Elvis guy. My dad is a huge Elvis guy still, even though he keeps talking about the Beatles. But whatever the case. But those movies, like I said, aside from Thor, Love and Thunder, not really interested in. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Okay, so let me put it to you like this. The movie's fucking nuts. It's absolutely fucking insane. And if I may quote the first one, forget everything you think you know. Whatever you thought you got from the trailers, whatever you thought about the plot, I mean, there was a plot about happiness. That's what this movie's about. They make a Doctor Strange movie in live action. This is a Doctor Strange comic. It's fucking sick. And they take that and they make it into a movie about happiness. Directed by Sam Raimi. You can tell Sam Raimi made this. Not just because Bruce Campbell's in it, but you can tell that Sam Raimi made this. And it's not, I was afraid it was going to be like too hokey. There were a couple of moments when I thought, Sam, we're not in the 60s anymore, bro. Okay, we're not even in the 80s. You need to, even though everyone wants to act like they want it to be in the 80s, you need to contemporize a little bit. But he did. And it really was, at times, unsettling, to say the very least. There are a lot of cameos. There is talk of the multiverse numbers. 883, I think, was the one that they based most of it in and stuff like that. There are so many elements to it, and there's so much happening in such a short span of time, really, when you think about it. It was one of those movies that I didn't want it to end. There were too many things I wanted to see. But if you're wondering whether or not a specific cameo or cameos are coming into play, probably and probably not. I'm not sure what you're looking at. But let me just say this, and I'm going to try to make this quick because, again, the recurring theme on YouTube is what I call the YouTube Gestapos. Those guys, those bourgeois, liberal, rich cunts, who have all these subscribers, have all these views, and basically say the same fucking thing that you might see from a bunch of angry assholes who don't like women in movies or whatever it is. And I get your argument. I get what you're trying to say. I understand what you're trying to say. You think that because of an article and a response to that article and whatever's going on in comics, both DC and Marvel, because you keep trying to hang on the idea, no, I like comic movies, because you gotta like comic movies now, because you gotta be cool, right? It's hip to be square now, right? It's hip to be a fucking 80s refugee reject geek now and want to play video games all day and want to watch Star Wars and all this other stupid nostalgia bullshit. So everybody has to like comic movies. It's the cool thing to do. Nobody can say I don't like DC or Marvel. You have to like one or the other. DC movies suck fucking cock. okay? They suck cock. DC movies are for those that insist that Marvel's not serious enough, so they want to watch a bunch of films made by 16-year-olds who write their dark poetry brooding in a corner somewhere. DC movies can't even get the fucking characters right. They can't even get their main characters right. They can't even get the essence of the comics, the themes of the comics right. Forget about the storylines. Forget that. They steal ideas from other directors and other far superior movies to make shit. I've seen enough of those fucking movies to realize that they're shit. To make a Martin Scorsese version of a guy who's got some kind of psychological issues, who lives with his mother, putting clown makeup on and calling it the Joker is not a good Joker movie. Because that's not what the essence of the Joker is. Making a 3-hour The Batman movie where we've got Twilight Boy, and I know he's a good actor, but he was Twilight Boy, playing the Dark Knight, punching people in fucking armor with John Gotti playing the Penguin, that you don't have anything right, okay? You could say it's a good movie because it was serious. Well, this movie is fucking serious, bro. No Way Home was fucking serious. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, all these movies are serious, but they're comic books. There's humor in comic books. That's why it's called comic books. It's not called serious books. It's called comic books. So having a joke once in a while, a funny little quip, is not the end of the fucking universe. It's a lame excuse, just like these assholes that said Wonder Woman was so much better than Captain Marvel. No, it wasn't. It was not better than Captain Marvel because Wonder Woman couldn't even get Wonder Woman right. She wasn't made by Zeus in World War fucking I. She was made by Aphrodite to stop war in World War II. So you can't get anything fucking right, like Aquaman drinking beers and hanging out trying to avoid being the Prince of Atlantis, or making Shazam big, or any movie with Harley Quinn in it where it's not anything to do with any team that Harley Quinn was ever on, or anything to do with Harley Quinn herself, and I'm sure they're all serious too, right? Like when Polka Dot Man's mom is rampaging around a city like Godzilla, they're totally serious. Bullshit. You say it because you don't want to look like you're a bunch of losers that don't like Marvel movies, so you try to act like you go against the current. You don't conform, and you watch that shit. And the reason why it pisses me off is because DC's better than Marvel, and they can't make a decent fucking movie that's not animated. And it bothers me, because I would like to see a good DC movie once in a while that's not Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises, which also didn't get the essence of Batman. I want to inspire people. You do? Since when? But be that as it may, I also get angry because I'm tired of the fucking rhetoric. I'm tired of your stupid fucking bullshit, your stupid commentary about the MCU, and boy, you'd have a problem with this movie, big time. That's all I'm going to say about that, because women actually fight back in this movie, so I know you wouldn't like that at all, and just so that you know, Wanda Maximoff is one of the most powerful beings in the entire Marvel comic universe. She was one of the most powerful beings in the comics too. Okay? So, you gotta get over that, right? But be that as it may, the movie itself is fucking insane. It is quite the show. It's well done. It has a theme, and it pretty much gets it across, and then at the same time gives Doctor Strange an opportunity to learn another lesson from the Sorcerer Supreme. So, if you don't see this movie, if you continue to act like you are so much better than everybody else, the millions and millions of people around the world that make Marvel Cinematic Universe billions of dollars. And again, I totally agree with you. I'm anti-corporation. I work for an evil corporation, despise corporations. They go against everything that people think capitalism is, even though that's what capitalism is. But I don't want to get into a political debate now. But I just want to let you know that I despise it. I get it. Marvel sucks now. Marvel Comics suck now. DC Comics suck. Everything sucks now because rich people buy it and then they try to just make it too easy to make money off it. And if it doesn't make money, they get rid of the wrong people, they add new people, and they make it worse. Whatever the case, there is no art, and that's another reason why I don't like the DC movies, because there's no art to it whatsoever. No art. It's just cash grabbing. And you can say the same thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe if you want, but somebody, whether it's Feige or all the people making those movies, somebody's taking the concept of making movies very, very much to heart, because they're doing a decent job. Again, it bothers me that Marvel is the only place I can go to watch a good movie that's entertaining as well. It bothers me. And it bothers me, like I said, that DC can't do anything. Because DC's better. I'm a Marvel fan, but DC's better. So why can't you make a decent movie? Why does it have to be a 4-hour, 2-hour, 3-hour slog where I could just go, yep, that's from that movie. Oh, that's from that movie. Oh, that's from that movie. This doesn't make any sense. This is bullshit. This is stupid. That's not Batman. That's not the... Why? And I don't like giving out my money to people that don't deserve it. Marvel right now deserves it. They're the only people that deserve it because they're actually making decent movies. And if you don't see this movie, you are missing out. Listen to me. This movie needs to be seen. If you're a fan of comic book movies. If you're not, then of course you're not going to want to watch it. And I wouldn't suggest you watch it if you're not a fan. But if you've been with the cinematic universe to this point, or even if you're one of these DC sycophants, go see this. You have to see it. If you're a comic book movie fan, you have to see this movie. If you're even a fan of just thrill rides, you have to see this movie. It's insane. It's incredible. So that's what I have to say to all of you. Thank you all for watching. I have more views soon to come. So stay tuned. Take care. And have a great day.